Only on 5 tonight, a poser's playbook of sorts pieced together by the alleged victims of a Shelby County man who say they were duped by a con.
Glenis "Chip" Campbell is due in court next week on multiple charges of impersonating an attorney and stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from more than a dozen people.
Tonight, for the first time, we're hearing firsthand accounts of how it all went down. Action News 5's Kelly Cook has the exclusive.
Chip Campbell was my last resort. I need an attorney.
Rick Stewart invited us inside his Cordova home for his first ever interview.
Man, he could charm the pants off a dead person.
About how Glenis Chip Campbell
Always needed money.
allegedly conned him out of tens of thousands of dollars. Stewart says he hired Campbell to be his attorney in a wrongful employment termination claim.
Chip always told me that he wanted to be the people's attorney, the poor man's attorney. He doesn't keep office hours. Instead of clients coming to him, he goes to them.
The people's attorney.
The people's attorney.
But there was one problem. This so-called people's attorney was not an attorney at all. And Stewart was not his only alleged victim.
Accused of swindling up to $40,000.
Action News 5 first reported about the arrest of Campbell on charges of impersonation of licensed professional and theft back in February 2024. At the time, 3 people claimed they had hired Campbell as an attorney, work he was not licensed to do. Once Campbell's face hit the news, more complaints started pouring in. A total of 13 alleged victims eventually came forward, claiming the 61-year-old took up to $300,000 in phony legal fees. Rick Stewart may have lost more than any of them. According to the indictment, Campbell took up to $60,000 from Stewart since 2015, though Stewart says it was much more. By his account, $230,000. He even let Campbell move in.
So this lasted for
9 years.
9 years.
9 years.
So I gotta ask. It's a lot of people who will hear this story and go, at what point did it resonate with you that you were being conned?
It didn't until some people started that I referred Chip to. They started investigating him.
An Action News 5 investigation reveals Campbell has a criminal record dating back decades. In 2008, he pled guilty to impersonating an attorney in Shelby County. But long before he claimed to be Chip Campbell, attorney at law, he claimed to be Army Major Archibald Chip Cabot. Here's his mugshot at age 28 in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Newspapers from 1992 reported Campbell bilked money from multiple soldiers at Fort Bragg. He was convicted on 10 counts of obtaining property by false pretenses and served more than 4 years in a North Carolina corrections facility on a cheat property services charge. Fast forward to Campbell's latest arrest. Stewart says he discovered the alleged con man's tools of the trade among the items he left behind at his home. Old receipts, text messages, and business cards. What Stewart calls a playbook of sorts on how he pulled off his schemes. First, Campbell allegedly picked his victims carefully and earned their trust. Stewart is a 4-time stroke survivor. He had his first stroke just a couple months after meeting Campbell, and Campbell was right by his side in the hospital.
And he looked my parents in the eyes when they come to visit and said, Mr. and Miss Stewart, I will take care of your son. Yeah, he did, all right.
Once Campbell gained their trust, Stewart says he let them spread the word to other potential victims. Stewart introduced Campbell to his pastor and his wife. Then Stewart's neighbor hired Campbell, and that neighbor convinced her brother to do the same.
Well, absolutely. I mean, that's part of what Chip relies on. Word of mouth, different people.
Billy Wilkins hired Campbell for help with an eviction and to fast track his 92-year-old disabled dad's VA benefits. This is cell phone video Stewart took of what he says is Chip Campbell assisting Wilkins' father fill out some paperwork. In the end, Wilkins' bedridden father paid Campbell around $30,000 for a service, again, he was never licensed to do.
I could never live with myself treating people that way.
Number 3 in the playbook. He always made sure to sell that he was an actual attorney.
Absolutely. With Chip, I would hear his phone conversations, and it literally, it sounded like he was talking to detectives and different things. You know, he would go to different courts all week long. I've even taken him to Germantown court. I mean, he was very convincing.
And lastly, Stewart and Wilkins say Campbell only wanted to be paid in cash, something consumer experts warn should have been a bright red flag.
That's not typically normal behavior. Usually there's 1 or 2 different ways to pay. Someone will take cash and credit card.
Lessons learned for the next time Stewart and Wilkins hire an attorney. Right now, they just want their day in court.
Do we have Mr. Campbell yet?
Campbell, who is currently locked up on the 13-count indictment, but he didn't show up to his February 24th court hearing.
The reason they didn't bring him to court today, he's in the medical ward, so he does have some health issues.
And we just heard today from the DA, they're offering him 12 years. What's your response to that?
12 years, really. For everybody he's taken advantage of, for all the people he's scammed, for all the hurt he's caused. 12 years? 13 years?
We may learn if Campbell will accept that plea deal at his next court hearing, which is scheduled for April 1st, April Fool's Day. Campbell's attorney did not want to give a statement at this time. However, for all of the alleged victims, they could have avoided this if they would have first checked the State Board of Professional Responsibility or the Bar Association website. We provided a link at our website at actionnews5.com. I'm Kelly Cook, Action News 5.